Good morning, readers. Today we are going to remind ourselves about predictions. Predictions are academic guesses we can make using text, evidence, and pictures. We can do this before reading by looking at the title and illustrations, during reading by stopping and predicting what will happen next, and after reading by confirming or adjusting where we correct are way off. We can use things like I predict blank because, or something made me think, and since blank happened, I bet, to frame our thinking. Today we are going to read The King's Things. Before we begin, we're going to look at the picture and ask ourselves, when King Tut of Egypt died, what do you think the ancient Egyptians placed in his tomb? You might say something like, I predict that they placed blank in King Tut's tomb because... Go ahead and predict now. Pause the video if needed. Great. King Tut was known as the Boy King. He was just 16 when he died. Although he didn't live long, he did live well. In fact, his tomb tells us that he was one very rich and famous young man. The ancient Egyptians believed that there was life after death. Wealthy Egyptians packed items that they would need for the afterlife in their tombs. When Tut died, people couldn't do enough to make him happy in his afterlife. They seemed to think of everything. It says that King Tut was a very rich and famous young man, which made me think that maybe they put what in his tomb? Go ahead and pause and make a prediction now. What was in Tut's tomb? Of course, there was dazzling jewelry. Much of it was gold. There was plenty of food too. Raisins, dates, goat, duck, beef, and other meat were stored there. For those late night snacks, there were baskets of bread, garlic, fruit, and honey. No king could be without a shaving kit in the afterlife, so one was packed. And the good packers did not forget the eye makeup either. Are you surprised? Since it said that there was raisins, dates, goats, duck, and beef, and other meat stored in there, I bet they also put what in King Tut's tomb? Go ahead and make another prediction. Tut liked to hunt in the next life, so boomerangs were placed in his tomb. There were bows, arrows, knives, and leather armor. War chariots were put in too, although they had to be taken apart in order to fit inside. What king could be without a trumpet? And of course, he also needed thrones. 3 of those were packed. There were also 6 beds. I predict King Tut may also have had what in his tomb? Because it said there were bows, arrows, knives, and leather armor. Pause if needed. No great king could be seen without fashionable clothes. There were many pairs of sandals, shirts, caps, gloves, and more. There was even a dummy for hanging the clothes on. To ward off boredom in the afterlife, there were game boards, model boats, paper, pens, and ink. Can you imagine what King Tut must have had when he was alive? We're to the end of the passage. Confirm or adjust. Were you correct or were you way off? Readers make predictions or academic guesses using text, evidence, and pictures. Before reading, we look at the title and illustrations. During reading, we think what will happen next. After reading, we confirm or adjust. Were we correct or way off? We use sentence frames like I predict because blank made me think that. And since blank happened, I bet. It's your turn now. Take out your nonfiction reading book and make a prediction and turn it into your teacher. Have a great day.